Yo, what is up YouTube? It's your boy Legend, and I'm back with another video. You already know what this is just by looking at the thumbnail. Now, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe while you're at it. But, without further ado, let's just get into this intro so we can start this what if.
But I won't give up, I'll never stop till I wash up on the sand or my heart finally stops. I will be the best, headed out for change, I just started on my quest. Yeah, the world will know my name, I'm excited, I'm obsessed. No one in my way but myself and a test. Yeah, I will be the best, yeah, I will be the best. Life is just a game, I'll be playing till I rest. I'll be there to claim my own spot among the best. Deep within my mind, I'll put all my fear to rest. Cause I will be the best, yeah, I will be the best.
What do you mean? Naruto asked about the Hokage's relief. The council wanted to put you in the program by force, but you gave your consent, so there's no problem. I mean, having an S-rank Hokage level shinobi attack the village would ruin us, Rokiden don't know. Hiruzen said to the blonde with a slight chuckle, but he knew deep down that Naruto could wipe out the village if he wanted, so staying on his good side was a must. Stupid council could have destroyed us. Naruto narrowed his eyes at the mention of the council. They were the reason why his childhood was as bad as it was, since they were the ones to tell the village about the Kyuubi and manipulated the village against him. Why do you allow them to boss you around? Sarutobi don't know. Naruto nearly growled at the man. What do you mean? I'm the ruler of this village, the Sandaime stated proudly as he narrowed his sight on the blonde former Hokage. Naruto smirked. Do you really think that? Who creates the academy curriculum? Naruto asked the old man, but already knew the answer. The council, but he was cut off by Naruto asking another question. Who runs the trade in the village and the currency as well as the homing system? Naruto asked a man who was now looking at him with wide eyes as realization came to him. Naruto smiled at this. He had reawakened the true Sandaime Hokage. Hiruzen's widened eyes narrowed. They seemed to have a burning fire behind him now that was missing before. His expression turned serious as he slammed his palms onto the desk as he stood up. The council! He yelled out in rage. He had finally seen the light. He had become soft, pushable, weak, but no more. The village has been in need of money since the Kyuubi attack, but it never seemed to have the funds. He saw it now, the damn civilian bastards filling their pockets while the rest suffered. Anbu, get your asses in here this moment, he ordered. Two black-clad shinobi shunshined into the room. Attention stands. Hi Hokage-sama, they called out. Call the bloody council to the meeting room now, and if they aren't there in 30 minutes, they are fucked. He ordered in a commanding voice. That was the polar opposite of the grandfatherly tone that he had been using since he was reinstated. Hi Hokage-sama, the two said before shunshining away to do their mission. How does it feel to be back? Sandaime don't know. Naruto asked the now reawakened Kage. It feels good to be back, Rokiden don't know. Do you wish to join me at the council meeting? The Sandaime asked the blonde, who now sported a shit-eating grin. Oh, you bet that I'm ready to. Naruto said to the Sarutobi, who stood from his desk and walked out of the room with Naruto in tow. This is going to be fun, Naruto thought, as he and the Hokage arrived at the large room that was used for meetings. The room was currently filled with the clan heads from the Hyuga, Inazaka, Aburame, Akamichi, Yamanaka, and Nara, and Asuma representing the Sarutobi, since his father was the Hokage on the shinobi side, while on the left was filled with the 11 richest civilians in the village. In between the two groups were the three village elders, Danzo, Hamura, Mitokoro, and Kohara Udaten. The shinobi side had 4 open spots for the Uchiha, Uzumaki, Senju, and Namikaze, who weren't there. They were all sitting in a U-shaped desk. In the middle of the U was a chair with a large desk. The Hokage opened the door and walked in with Naruto right behind him. The Hokage took his seat in the middle while Naruto took the Namikaze seat. One of the civilians decided to express his thoughts. Hokage-sama, why were we called here on such short notice? The man asked the old Hokage. We are here to establish something. I've recently noticed that certain members of the council have been harming the village. So I, along with Naruto Namikaze, who will from now on act as the Namikaze representative, have decided to fix that, the Sandaime said as he glared at certain members of the council. From now on, all control over the banks of the village and trade go directly to me. Also, the civilian council will have no say in the academy curriculum as of now. Our village has become weak from letting greed run the village. The civilian council will also have no voice in shinobi affairs. This caused an uproar from the civilians while the shinobi smirked at the fact that their leader was finally taking charge. Koharu and Hamura were a bit worried that they were losing power in the council. Back to the Hokage, Danzo actually seemed to be smirking at this. Dismissed. The Hokage ordered as he and Naruto walked out of the room. As they arrived, and Danzo was already waiting for them. Danzo-san, what do you want? Hiruzen asked the bandaged man. I have come to congratulate you on coming to your senses, Danzo said to the Hokage. Yes, it is good to be back, Hiruzen said to the older shinobi. Also, I know that you still run root under my back, he said, much to the surprise of Danzo. How did you know? Danzo asked him, a little shocked that he had been found out. You just told me, the Sandaime said with a victorious smirk. Danzo felt like he should bang his head on a stone wall for falling for that. But I'm not punishing you. You have the village's best interest in mind, so I understand and want you to start route officially again. The village needs protection. On your route is able to help, but on the conditions that you give a list of all current members, have them instated as Konoha Shinobi, and they must take missions from me and only me. Also, no more kidnapping or brainwashing. They must be loyal to the village and the Hokage. Those are all that must be agreed to. Danzo seemed to think this over. On the upside, he could better protect the village now that he didn't have to hide from the world. On the downside, he would lose his personal army. The village comes first, he decided. Very well, Sarutobi. I will agree to your terms. I will send a member later this week with the roster, Danzo said to his old rival. Danzo then left the room to go prepare his reports. The Sandaime turned to Naruto. Was he truthful? He asked the blonde. Hi. He was honest. He's on our side now. I will still keep tabs on him though, Naruto said as he too turned to leave the office. Oh, and please don't think that I would ever betray the village. I love this place, even if it's not the same as mine. As long as we work for peace in the world, I will always protect the Will of Fire, Naruto said as he vanished out of the door. 2 months later, Naruto, Narumi, Sayuri, and Kazumi were standing in front of the Hokage, Danzo, and Iruka, who were going to assign them their next mission. They had just retrieved Tora for the 10th time that week and watched in utter joy as the cat was smothered by its owner. Let's see, we have fence painting, gardening, or the Hokage was interrupted by a cry of Tora, no! Or catching the cat, no! Narumi yelled at the old man. No way, Gigi. We have been doing nothing but D-rank missions for 2 months now. 2 months. I want a C-rank mission, she said with a pout. Narumi, how could you disrespect the Hokage like that? Iruka yelled at the girl, who just glared at him. Missions are ranked on difficulty, with D rank being the lowest and S rank being the highest. While I admit your team is one of the strongest since the signing, you guys are still just academy graduates, Iruka stated. I believe that they are ready, Danzo said out loud as he took a sip of some tea. I know from observation that Narumi-san is at high tuning right now and low joning with the Kyuubi, while Sayuri-san is mid tuning now without her Sharingan. I don't even want to think about what level Naruto-san is at, but I have an estimation, and if I'm right, the team could accomplish the C rank mission easily, Danzo explained to the Hokage and Iruka. Sarutobi looked at Danzo from the corner of his eye. Are you sure, Danzo? The Hokage asked the root leader, who quietly nodded his response. Very well, send him in. The Hokage called out as another old man walked through the door. The old man was a gray-haired, bespectacled man with a large beard and dark eyes. He wore a sleeveless V-neck shirt with an obi, pants, and a pair of sandals. He also carried a towel around his neck and wore a pointed hat on his head. This is my protection. 2 little girls, a masked beauty, and the 4th Hokage. The man screamed as he fainted. Everyone in the room sweat dropped at the old man mistaking Naruto as Minato. Half the village still accidentally called him Minato, and about half of them believed that Naruto was really Minato in disguise, so that he could avoid the paperwork that came with being Hokage. Haru's inside at the man's behavior. Well, I'll explain your mission while we wait for him to wake up. This is Master Bridge Builder Tazuna. Your mission is to escort him back to his home in the Wave so he can finish a bridge there. This is a C rank mission and will be outside the village. There is also a low chance that you may encounter bandits on the way, so be careful. Once the Hokage finished his explanation, Tazuna had finally awakened. Man, for a second I thought I had the 4th Hokage protecting me. What a dream. The old man said as he rubbed his sore head since he had fainted on the oak floor. He looked back at the team and saw Naruto once more. Holy shit, it wasn't a dream, he cried in joy. Naruto laughed nervously. Actually, I'm not Minato Namikaze. I'm a relative of him, Naruto Namikaze. Sorry for the confusion, Naruto said as he scratched the back of his head sheepishly. Tazuna stared at Naruto. Okay, Naruto. I'm sorry that I mistook you for Minato. Naruto, he said, adding emphasis on the name Naruto, as if he were saying them sarcastically. Naruto's sweat dropped. Great. Now, someone outside the village thinks I'm Minato Incognito. Maybe I should change my hairstyle, the blonde thought to himself. Well, we'll meet at the gates tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. sharp, Kazumi said to her team and Tazuna. The old bridge builder just nodded. This gave him time to buy more booze to drink on the way home. As the team was about to leave, Narumi grabbed Naruto and Sayuri's arm and flashed them to her bedroom. Naruto looked at her in shock as she and Sayuri started to remove their clothing, leaving them in their undergarments. Narumi wore a burnt set while Sayuri was wearing a black set. Naru-chan, Sei-chan, what are you two doing? Naruto asked the two as they crawled onto the bed and moved over to his pants. He had gone on quite a lot of dates with the two over the last 2 months, but he didn't expect them to be so forward. Narumi smirked as she tugged on his pants. Well, over the 2 months we've decided that you would be ours. So this is to celebrate us getting our first C rank mission, Narumi said as he and Sayuri pulled. Alright, you know what? Nope. This is what we not about to do. Alright, fam. So obviously you should know what's about to go down. And if you don't know what's about to go down, they're about to do the nasties. So I am obligated to skip unless I want my channel to get taken down again. So I'm going to skip ahead and I will be back soon. Naruto scooped Sayuri up and took her to the guest room to rest. "Hey, you aren't finished," Narumi said as she hugged him from behind. "I feel like another round." And with that, the two went back to the master bedroom and continued their activities while the young Uchiha rested. None of them ever noticed a small drip of blood coming from the closet. I don't want to know. Next day, the three genin waited for Kazumi and Tazuna to arrive so they could head out on their mission. When Kazumi and Tazuna arrived, the silver-haired Kunoichi noticed that the three seemed to have some sort of glow to themselves. I don't want to know, she thought. Little did she know that soon she would have that same glow. Time skip. Team 7 and Tazuna had already left Konoha and were heading towards Nami no Kuni. They walked down the dirt path, which was flanked by both sides by trees. The group passed by a lone puddle. Really? What were they thinking when they came up with this plan? Those two demon brothers sure are stupid. No wonder they were only C rank missing then, Naruto thought as he stared at the puddle. "Hey guys, I have to take a leak," Naruto yelled as he walked over to the puddle which held the two ninja. Right before Naruto got there, the two decided that it would be a good time to get out before a kid peed on them. "Brats, I should kill you for what you were going to do. Give us the old man." The one with one horn growled. Naruto recognized him as Gozu. The nuke then readied his claw, only to fall unconscious from a chop to his neck delivered by Naruto as the other Naruto disappeared in a plume of smoke. "Gozu," the other one said, who Naruto remembered was Miezu, who had two horns on his forehead protector. The nuke then launched a gauntlet at Naruto, who blocked the attack with his forearm, which was covered in mechanical armor. "What the?" That was all he managed to say before Kazumi knocked him out. "What should we do with them?" Sayuri asked her teammates, who looked at each other. "We should tie them up and leave them for a group of Anbu to pick them up during their patrol," the silver-haired Kunoichi said before she turned to Tazuna, who was sweating bullets by now. "Tazuna-san, can you please tell me why there were missing men from Kiri trying to kill you?" Kazumi asked the bridge builder. Tazuna sighed and decided that it would be for the best if he told them the truth. "You see, the Wave used to be a prosperous nation a year back. We had trade and everyone was happy. But then Gato came to the Wave and brought all ports. And in island nation like Nami no Kuni, if you control the ports, you control everything else. He acts as if he was our king. He sends his thugs and bandits out to rob us and even take some of the girls in the village to become his slaves for sexual activities," Tazuna said as he balled his fist and tears streaked down his cheeks. The three Kunoichi on the team looked enraged at the fact that Gato had turned several girls into S-word slaves, and in turn took advantage of them. While this is clearly a B-rank mission, if not A-rank mission, there is no way in hell I will let this stand, Kazumi growled out, with Sayuri and Narumi agreeing with her. Naruto smiled at this. He knew that this time he had the power to make sure that Haku and Zabuza lived this time. "Good, then we have our true mission," Naruto said as he walked past everyone. "Our mission is to liberate the Wave," he said as he looked over his shoulder, giving the other four a confident smile. Tazuna smiled as tears of joy fell from his eyes. Thank you very much," Tazuna cried out. The group walked until they came to a river. The air was now thick with mist that blocked their view of the other side. The ferryman allowed them on his small boat as he took them to the other side. During the trip, the team saw the large bridge through the fog. Impressive, Narumi said as she approached the bridge. Yup, that is my pride and joy, the hope of Nami no Kuni, Tazuna said with a proud smile, while the others were looking at the marble of the bridge. Naruto was thinking about something else. We were almost to the spot where we ran into Zabuza-san and Haku-san. Thinking of Haku-san, I wonder if he is truly a girl this time around. The first time during the wave, I thought he was a girl. I mean, what man wears a pink kimono? Naruto thought in his head. Hey, Narukan, Sayuri said as she shook his shoulder. What do you think will happen? This is now a B-rank mission, and it's our first one out of the village, she asked. In all, she was excited and nervous at the same time. This was a chance to see how far she'd gotten in her training, to match her brother, Itachi. But there was the chance that she could die too. Naruto smirked. Don't worry, Sei-chan. If we run into anything, I'll take care of it, Naruto said as he leaned back and closed his eyes. While he appeared calm on the outside, he was still nervous about trying to save Haku and Zabuza without looking like a traitor. He had worked on his powers for 2 months now with this shadow clone training, and he had gotten better control of his Sharingan, could form most of the skeleton, but none of the muscle and skin of the Susanoo. And he could now do Shinra Tensei every 10 seconds. He was able to recreate 2 techniques he once had but was keeping them secret unless he needed to use them to protect his friends, though he had a feeling that this time the wave mission was going to be far more difficult than before. The group had finally arrived at the shore of Nami no Kuni and continued on foot. Eventually, Narumi reacted to the same white rabbit that Naruto had reacted to in his own timeline. White fur? But it's summer, Kazumi thought to herself before she heard the sound of metal cutting through air. Get down, she shouted to the group as she pulled Tazuna down to the forest floor while Naruto did the same for Narumi and Sayuri. A massive butcher knife with 2 cutouts in it flew above them into a nearby tree. Naruto recognized the blade as the Kabuchi no executioner's blade. On the handle of the blade was Zabuza Momochi. Zabuza was a tall and noticeably muscular man with pale skin, short spiky black hair, brown eyes, and small eyebrows. He was wearing bandages like a mask over the bottom half of his face. He wore his forehead protector sideways on his head and was shirtless, with his executioner's blade, wearing baggy pants with the stripe pattern typical of Kiragaker, and mimetic wrist warmers extending up his elbows with matching leg warmers. Well, if it isn't Kazumi of the Sharingan, Zabuza said to the silver-haired Kunoichi. The air was thick with killer intent from Zabuza. Both Narumi and Sayuri were panting and gasping from the air. Kazumi was sweating a bit from the pressure while Naruto was completely unaffected, which was something Zabuza took notice of. And his little team of pretend ninja. You should learn not to underestimate your opponent, Zabuza-san, Naruto said to the former swordsman of the mist, who looked at Naruto like he was crazy. Or else you might just end up dead, he said. The moment the word dead left Naruto's mouth, Zabuza felt steel against his throat. He looked to his side to find Naruto standing next to him with a kunai. How the... Zabuza exclaimed in shock as he looked back at Naruto standing next to his team. That Naruto then turned into a flock of crows that flew away. Man, I love doing that. No wonder why Itachi always started his battles like that. Naruto thought to himself in satisfaction that he had surprised and the feared Zabuza Momochi. Naruto then jumped away from the Kiri Nuke Nin and stood next to his team once more. Well, kid, I'll give you that one. Maybe you aren't just one wannabe shinobi. The demon of the mist praised as he dislodged his blade from the tree that he was standing on. Now the real battle begins. Haku, come out. I may need your help in this battle. Out of the trees, another shinobi wearing a Kiri Hunter Nin mask jumped down. Haku's disguised as a Hunter Nin outfit consisted of the standard Kiragakure outfit, which stopped at Haku's knees. Over this, Haku wore a green Hayori with white trimmings, and around the waist was a brown sash with fringed tails wrapping around it, Haku's waist twice. Haku also wore light brown platoon sandals with straps in the same color as the kimono and nail polish on their nails of their fingernails and toes in a matching blue-green color. When wearing this outfit, Haku's long hair was gathered into a white bun holder, while 2 locks of her hair fell loose, framing Haku's face, bound with metal hair cuffs at the end. Kazumi-sensei, you take Zabuza, I'll take this Haku, Naruto said as he stood next to his sensei. Naruto separated from Kazumi's side and went towards Haku at unreal speeds. The masked ninja was quick to dodge and jump back. Naruto chased after her before blurring out of existence. He reappeared in front of Haku, delivering a swift punch to her face. Haku skipped along the forest floor a few times before correcting herself. Naruto could see the 2 small bulges through the Hayori and figured that she was binding them. So, you're a girl, Naruto said with a small smirk. He performed a few hand signs before calling out, Jinten, Sonic Kick, as he lashed out a kick into the air at sonic speeds, releasing a sonic boom that blew Haku away. I will not lose. I'm Zabuza-sama's ultimate weapon, the now identified Kunoichi said before charging at Naruto with Senbon in hand. Soiten, gunshot jutsu, Haku said as she performed a few one-handed signs before she shot a ball of condensed water at Naruto, who blocked it with the shield he made from the Asura path. Give up. Jinten, light-speed shuriken, Naruto said as he threw 5 shuriken at unheard of speeds. Haku, with her high speed, was able to dodge 3 of them, but was cut by 1 on her left thigh and another on her right arm. Luckily for her, Naruto wasn't aiming to kill, so she wasn't severely damaged. Never! Soiten, exploding water colliding wave! Haku yelled as a large quantities of water came out of her mouth and flooded the surrounding area. Naruto managed to jump onto a tall tree to avoid this. Nut knew that she now had the advantage since he still couldn't absorb normal chakra yet. She's stronger than Haku-san in my world, Naruto thought to himself before jumping out of the way to avoid a few senbon thrown by the ice user. Naruto created a clone to take this. Fujin, the rising jutsu, they called out, and Naruto created a large tornado while the clone fired an electrical current into it. Haku managed to dodge the blunt of the attack, but was still blown back by the fierce winds. This is it. 1,000 flying water needles of death, Haku said as several needles made up of water from her earlier jutsus rose and surrounded Naruto. I'm sorry, but this is your end, Haku said to Naruto as she let the needles shoot forward. Almighty push, Naruto said as he blasted everything near him away from him. Now he knew why it was Nagato's favorite move. It was OP as hell. The Rinnegan was truly a gift from the heavens. Unfortunately, Madara had it too, so it was also a curse. Haku's eyes widened before her mask as she watched one of her best attacks get deflected so easily. No way, not even Zabuza-sama can escape that jutsu without getting wounded, she yelled in shock and a bit of fear. She knew that she had to go all out on this man to even have a chance to win. Secret jutsu, crystal ice mirrors, Haku said as several mirrors made of ice rose from the water. There were 12 on ground level, 8 over them, and with the last one in the center on top, forming a dome. Well, this brings back memories. Naruto thought to himself as he watched Haku get into one of the mirrors. Haku's reflection appeared in every single ice mirror, making it look as though she were everywhere at once. Well, this is a neat jutsu you have here, Haku-chan, Naruto said. This is your end. I wanted to avoid killing you since I can see that you have a bloodline like me, but it seems now that it is inevitable, Haku said as she readied herself to attack by taking Senbon into each hand. Farewell, Haku said as she started to move at high speeds as launching Senbons into Naruto. Within a few seconds, Naruto looked like a pincushion and fell to the ground. It's over, she sighed. Wow, how come all shinobi I meet are so overconfident? Naruto said as he rose up, zombie style, as all the needles fell out of him. Naruto's cloak was now ruined, with hundreds of holes, but his skin looked fine. You are going to need more than just that to pierce my skin, he said as he knocked his arm, which made a sound of metal hitting metal, revealing that he once again had the Ashura Path armor on. Gotta love the Ashura Path, he thought to himself. Actually, maybe I'm overusing it a bit, he thought as he deactivated the path. How many Kikagenkais does this man have? He's able to move at unreal speeds, control gravity, and create armor on his skin. Haku thought to herself as she tried to figure out a way to attack him. Hey, Haku-chan, I'm not going to use my armor anymore. This is getting boring, Naruto called out. Boring? He thinks this? Boring? Haku thought in surprise. Well, if you're giving me this chance, then I'll use this more to my advantage, she said as she renewed her attacks on the blind, who this time dodged everyone or blocked it with his sword. Hold still, she grit her teeth as she tried to hit him with no success. Well, I think it's time to end this, Naruto said as he pointed his hand right at her. Haku would have been surprised, but by now, she knew that this man had completely outclassed her. Bansho Tenin, Naruto said as he pulled her towards him until he had her by the neck. Goodbye, Zabuza-sama, she thought as she fell into unconsciousness. With Haku out of the fight, the mirrors fell, letting Naruto out. Naruto, however, instead of killing her, he put over his shoulder and walked back to his team, who had a tied up Zabuza and a knocked out Kazumi. Hey guys, how did your fight go? Naruto asked him. His two teammates plus Tazuna gave him a look that said, see for yourself. Since Kazumi was currently out of chakra and Narumi and Sayuri had a few minor cuts. Well, anyways, we should get to your house, Tazuna-san. The alcoholic nodded and led the way to his home. Naruto had created clones to carry the three unconscious ninjas while he talked to his teammates. This place looks awful, Narumi said to her two friends / lovers. Yeah, how could anybody do this to someone? Sayuri said with a glare. She had a small flashback to the day her brother massacred the Uchiha clan. This is what happens when the greedy get too much power, Naruto said. His face was currently unreadable. He made a mental note to have Danzo send his roots to kill off any other high-ranking officials in Gato's company to make sure that now that no one ever took over Gato's place as a tyrant in Nami no Kuni. The team arrived at a 2-story house near the water. It actually stood on a platform over the water, suspended by several wooden posts. Hey Tsunami, I'm home, Tazuna yelled as he knocked on the door. The door opened to show a beautiful woman with dark blue hair and black eyes. She wore a pink shirt with a red around the collar and sleeves. Tosan, you're home, she exclaimed, happy that her father had returned safely. Gigi, a small boy with spiky black hair and dark eyes. He wore green overalls and a yellow shirt with a blue and white striped hat. Yeah, thanks to these ninjas. I would have been dead if they weren't here, Tazuna said with a deep laugh as he pointed to the ninja. Tazunimi noticed the 3 unconscious ones and couldn't help but ask, are those 3 alright? Naruto was the one to answer. since he was the in charge now. The silver-haired Konichi is our sensei Kazumi Haruke. The other two are attackers who we will interrogate once they awake. Naruto said to the wave native. While she seemed a bit nervous about letting the enemy into their home, she trusted them since her father did. Alright, I'll prepare some rooms for you guys upstairs. I'll have one of the women, and you can stay with Inari, my son. I'll give you all separate rooms for your prisoners, she said to Naruto. Actually, I'll stay with the prisoners, Naruto said, much to the surprise of his teammates. Narukan, why would you stay with them? They might try to kill you, Narumi said to her lover. Naruto smiled back to her, a little too sweetly. Just trust me, Naru-chan, he said, sending shivers down everyone's back. Narumi quickly nodded and shuffled away. Later that night, Zabuza stirred as he finally awoke from his slumber. Where am I? He asked himself before he realized that he was still tied up. He looked and saw the unconscious Haku. Looks like you lost, Haku-chan, Zabuza said to himself. Yes, she did. He heard from a shadowed wall as two red-ringed eyes stared at him. I have a proposition to give you, Zabuza-san, the man said. Well, shit, Zabuza thought to himself. But guys, I'm going to end it off right there. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe while you're at it. But without further ado, I'm out, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.